boys and girls. It's Miss Heisler. I'm coming to you today with my friend Bevo. I thought for science we would talk about some living things. And thinking if Bevo's a living thing, there's some things he's going to be able to do and some things he's going to need. One of the things he can do is he can move on his own. That means no batteries. He can just move on his own. There's also some things he's going to need. So I have some cards we're going to look at. And I'll let little Bevo down. Before we look, I was going to show you some things Bevo has. Bevo has a water bowl because he's a living thing and he needs, water. Bevo has a food bowl because Bevo's a living thing and Bevo needs food. And the next thing we have is Bevo's shelter on the go. This is his shelter on the go because living things need shelter. But this is his shelter when we go somewhere because Bevo is a house dog. So his shelter is same as my shelter. He lives in the house. So he doesn't have to worry about rain or getting cold or anything like that. He sleeps inside. So now I'm going to let Bevo down because he doesn't really like being held. And we're going to look at my cards I have. There you go, squirmy dog. Okay. So we're going to look at our science board, which says what living things need. And I'll put animals on this side and people on this side because guess what? People and animals need a lot of the same things. So I have some pictures we're going to look at. And the first one I have is a picture of food. And this is people food. We've got bread, bananas, some fruit, a glass of milk. So we're going to put this over on the people side. Yes, people need food in order to live because we're living things. Let's see what else we have a picture of. Here is a picture of a bear holding a fish. And we can eat fish, but we don't catch it in our mouth. But animals need food. And they have to find, if they're not fed like Bevo by people, then they have to find a way to get their own food. Here's a picture of a house. This would be shelter, another word we call when we're talking about needs of living things would be shelter. So our house, what keeps us safe from the outside. So that's a people house, so we're going to put it over there. Animals don't always live in a house. They might have different kinds of shelter. This looks like some kind of little cave or den. That's something that lives out in the wild might live in, but this can definitely be a shelter for an animal, give them protection from the weather. Living things need water. This is a glass, so this is what people would use to get water. Here we have a picture of a deer at a stream getting a drink of water. Animals, which are living things, also need water. Let's see. Here's one on the people one that's not on the animal ones. People need clothes. We need clothes to cover us up, protect us, keep us warm. So that is a need that we have as people. Animals have different coverings, and we talked about those at school. We talked about fur and scales, and what was the other one we talked about? Feathers. Thank you, my awesome camera woman. Okay, the next one is a giraffe eating leaves off of a tree. So here, some animals are vegetarians or herbivores. They eat plants. So we'll put that on there. And then the last two. It's hard to see, but they're out and outside with swirly things going around, and this is air. You can't necessarily see the air around you, but all living things need air. People need air so that we can breathe. And animals need air so that they can breathe. So to go over real quick, some things that living things need. We need food, we need water, we need shelter, and we need air. Same for people. We need food, we need water, we need shelter, we need air. People need clothing. So I was going to show you something I made. You can make a little paper like this. I'm using the dry erase board, but you can do this on a paper. You can make your little chart. Mom and Dad can help you make it. And then you can go around and look for things in your house. And you can use this little checklist to help you figure out if what you find is living or non-living. So I'm going to get my little pen out. And the first one I'm going to do, so I'd say go do maybe at least 5. I'm going to draw, not very well, Bevo. So I wrote dog. And so we're going to make a line. Does he need air? Yes. So I'm going to write yes. Does he need food? And I drew a little pizza. He doesn't eat pizza, but he does eat food. So we're going to write yes, or we could do a check mark. Does he need water? And I drew some little waves. Yes, he needs water. And does he need shelter? Yes, he needs shelter. He definitely would not survive out on his own in the wild. He needs shelter. So you can go around and find different things in your house. I have a stuffed animal, or a dog toy. This is Bevo's toy. And it's of an animal, but it's a stuffed animal. So, it's this stuffed animal. So I'm going to say toy. So is my toy going to need air? Nope. He does not need air. Does he need food? Nope. Water? Nope. Or shelter? No. So you can go around your house and find some things. Another thing I have is a plant. Now this one's kind of tricky. Does this need air? If we were to put it in a plastic bag and seal it off, it probably would die because it's going to need air to help it grow. So we're going to say plant. I'm going to draw some leaves. So yes, it needs air. Does it need water? If I forget to water it, it starts looking really puny. It's come close to dying before, and so I know I need to give it a drink of water. So yes, it needs water. Shelter. This is a little bit different. A lot of plants live outside, but a lot of plants, if the weather's cold and you don't bring it in or you don't cover it up, it can die from the extreme weather. So I would say, yeah, it probably does need some kind of shelter. And then food. Plants are awesome. I'm not going to feed it some food like I would Bevo or myself. Plants are awesome because they can make their own food, which we'll learn about when we learn about plants a little later on. So we're going to say it makes its own food. So here I did 3. You can go around your house and do some more if you want to go find some things. You can make a chart. You don't have to make a chart. You could go around and you could collect some things, and then you could just sort them into piles of living or non-living things, or pictures. In our paper packet, there were some picture cards if you wanted to print them off. So I hope this is a fun activity that you like doing. Thanks. I'll see you next time.